The Alien Adventure.
Hello, and welcome to the Alien Adventure podcast, where we talk about Latinos living in the US. In today's episode, we will talk about awkward and horrible situations all Latinos go through. For today, we have a special guest joining us. Welcome, Pablo Oliva. Please introduce yourself.
What's up? Hi, my name is Pablo Oliva. I'm from Guatemala. Also, I am 26 years old. I've been living here in the United States 5 years, I think. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. Thank you for having me here, Javi.
Thank you, I'm excited. So Pablo got here when he was 21 years old. I got here when I was 15 years old. So we have had completely different experiences, which makes him a perfect guest for tonight. So let's dig in.
Let's go.
Starting with question number one. Pablo, one of the most awkward experiences all Latinos go through when they first get here, it's the greeting part. As we all know, Latinos are very touchy, let's say. We hug, we kiss, even if they're strangers. So, tell me, how was your first experience when greeting Americans?
Wow. It was to be honest, it was a horrible experience because, at least in my country, we, as you said, like we kiss people, hug people, even in the mornings when you go to work and when you go to school. It's something that you have to do to all the people that are in the same room than you. So here it was like so very 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 awkward actually, because when I first tried to give a kiss to the first American girl,
Oh no.
she just extended the hand and just stopped me with the hand, and it was like, what I'm doing, it feels so awkward. It felt so awkward at the moment, because it was so embarrassing, like how they are trying to teach me the way that they
Greet differently.
greet. Yeah, exactly. So it's a horrible experience in the beginning. Then you get familiarized with the way that they do here. You just wave your hand to everyone. Like after a while, yeah.
That is so true. I remember when I first got here, I got here in high school. And so when I first started making friends, it was super awkward because I didn't know how to approach them. Like, as Latinos, we made friends with each other so easily. Like, you make one friend and then that friend's like, okay, here are my friends. And then you're all friends and you're so comfortable with each other. But here was like, I don't know how to say hi. Should I just go up and I don't know, be your friend or things like that? It's a very awkward experience and people don't talk about it that much.
And Americans don't know how to
React.
and how to give hugs.
That is
How to give friend hugs, you know?
Yeah.
They do it so awkward at the moment. It's
like a side hug.
Yeah, it's like a side hug, and also man hugs very hard. Like they punch you in the back, like that. That's not a hug. That's not a friendly hug. It's just the way that man tries to give a hug, but it's not a hug.
That's true. It's very awkward. Right now, I work at a place where we have half Latinos and half Americans. And it's very interesting how you see them at lunch and people say hi to each other. But there's like an unwritten rule as to who you can go and kiss as a greeting or hug as a greeting, and who to do a fist bump or that awkward side hug that we're talking about. But people don't realize that, and when Latinos get here, they don't expect that culture shock. It's something so normal where we used to live, that when we get here, it's a completely different experience that it's hard to get used to.
That's why I just wave my hand right now, or I do shoulder, you know?
Yeah. So going to the last question, because we have limited time today. This is a very interesting question. It's something that I've seen happen so often, and I wanted to know your opinion. I want to know, who has been more discriminative, Americans or Latinos? And why do you think so?
Wow. That's a hard question, actually.
It is. It's very hard.
I think both cultures has their own discriminative, but in a different ways. For example, I think Americans, it's more like knowledge. I think that they think that Latinos are like low than them just because we live in a different countries, or we're born in a different countries. That's something that is not true. You know, unlike any person here has the capacity to be wise. And the thing with Latinos here is that the world is so competitive, and more in the Latino world, that they are trying to be competitive here too.
Mm-hmm.
So they put you down as more as they can for them to be the first ones, or to be the best ones. So, and they use everything against you to put you down. If you don't speak good English, if you are like from a specific country, if you look different than the others, if like they use everything to put you down so they can be the first ones. For Americans, as I said, it's more like they think that they own the country, and in some ways they do, because they live here, they're born here. But I think that no one owns the country. It's like we own the earth. No one owns the earth.
Exactly.
Like I own the moon. No one owns the moon. Mm-hmm. Like it's just part of the nature, and that's it. You know. But Americans is like people who born here. It's like special, and everything. And like people who migrate here, it's like in some way downsized.
Yeah, I've noticed the same thing with both Americans and Latinos. I noticed with Latinos, whenever they come here, they're like, oh, in their circle, in their country, they are the only ones who have the courage, let's say, to come here to the United States alone. And so they feel like they're on top of the world, that they're better than everyone. But then they get here and they notice that every single Latino is in the exact same situation that they are. Everyone has left their country to start a brand new life here. As Latinos, I believe we should encourage each other and recreate that community that we have in our countries, where we lift and support each other. But instead, I found the complete opposite. Like, they're fighting each other, showing them, oh no, I'm better at this, I got a better grade, I'm getting paid more, I got this and this experience, I'm graduating earlier, and things like that. I'm like, it shouldn't be like that. It should be helping each other and lift each other up. With Americans, I have found Americans be also discriminative. Because they live here, they think they get dips, let's say, in the country. And I'm like, that's, like you said, that's fair. They lived here, but that doesn't mean that we can't coexist in the same country where we can also live to each other. The simple thing of like Americans, like, hey, you live here, you should know English. I'm like, there's people coming here, they're literally running away from their country and they're trying to learn English. Or people that come here and just vacation, and then Americans demand them to speak English. And it's like, that's so unfair. But then you see Americans going to other countries, but they expect everyone else to speak English. So I do believe that they're both equally discriminative, which makes it so hard for a Latino to come here and not only live a peaceful life, but to succeed in a professional life makes it incredibly hard. As you notice, Latinos go through so much just to be in this country, but we would not change it for anything in the world. We have come to love this country and its people as much as we love our people in our hometowns. Thank you for listening and sharing these little moments with us. Pablo, thank you for sharing your experiences and your willingness to join us today.
No, thank you.
If you're listening for the first time, I post a new episode every week, so go comment what you want to hear about next. Until next time, bye.
The Alien Adventure.